Hotshots. It's bound to get heavy. Big brother, big brother, big brother, big brother, big brother, big brother.
Welcome to BBA Daily with Zibby.
Big brother, hotshot. Big brother, hotshot. If you got the talent, this could be your time. So rise to the challenge like you destined to shine. It's Big Brother like you never seen it, feel it. Hotshot. Big Brother, hotshot.
Let the conversation begin.
And indeed it has. Good morning. You tune in to BBA Daily with Zibby, the podcast. It's a lovely day this Tuesday morning. I actually went running, which is something I haven't done in weeks because I've been so busy, and BBA hasn't really helped me much with that. So got up really early today and went running. So I feel energized. I feel fired up to kick Biggie's ass. Yes, Biggie has been up to some, really dodgy things. We'll talk about that later on in the podcast. But good news yesterday. We have a new baby! Yes. Tayo has just welcomed his baby with his partner, and little baby Akintoye Faniran has been brought to the world. It was a very emotional day for Tayo, and I can imagine. I think maybe Tayo has been, a bit on edge because he was worried or anxious, but I'm really thankful to God. I'm sure we're all thankful to God for his safe delivery and that little cutie who has just come into the world. That baby, Akintoye, is definitely going to be blessed, that's for sure. I mean, he's got prayers from people all across Africa, potentially all across the world, people who, not in Africa, but who are watching and keeping up, with the website and all, people from north, south, east, west, central. Everyone is praying for God's blessings on that little baby. So definitely baby Akintoye is going to grow up to be a wonderful, wonderful, blessed child. So congratulations to Tayo and his partner. It was a very, sweet moment. And with the cigars, that's such, classic, oh, I've just got a baby. So that was really, really nice, and I'm so happy that everything went well. And in Nigeria, apparently there's a tradition that when a woman gives birth, her husband gets powder, dusted on him. I was wondering if maybe that happens all across Africa as well, or is it just Nigeria? Because I remember my cousin and I once, he was driving me and we were going out, and for some reason, I don't know why, but I sort of slapped powder over him. It was just a joke before we left. So the traffic warden says, congratulations, when we're stopping, and I'm like, so why is she congratulating you? And then he told me about the, the tradition. So it would have been nice to see Tayo get slapped with powder all across his face in the, well, maybe not slapped, because, it's Tayo. But, just get powder dusted on him. That would have been really, really funny for us to see. But, if you're from any other African country and you guys do something similar, or you guys have got a different tradition when it comes to, childbirth, please let me know. Okay, so moving on from Tayo and baby Akintoye, so much to talk about. Big Brother has actually created the biggest blunder ever in African history, and this is huge. People are going to talk about this for decades. This is history. I mean, wow. Okay, I'm just being silly now, but seriously, Big Brother, that was just too much. Later on in the show, I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why I think this is not an error. It was deliberately done, and 5 reasons coming up later on in the show. So let's move on to the lovebirds, Idris and Goitse, aka Quitty, from Botswana. Okay, so Idris had a strategy to come into the house and play with girls. He actually said that on opening night, and I thought to myself, cool guy, but you know what, you're not gonna win. A lot of the people who vote are women, and we do not like to, see a man toss around with someone's feelings. I mean, it's unfair to actually play with anyone's feelings, so that was Idris' strategy. And I don't know if he's still keeping up with the strategy, but it seems like he's smitten with Goitse, aka Quitty. I need someone to explain to me how Goitse translates to Quitty though. I don't get it, but yeah, so he's smitten with her, and I just love how she throws him off and picks him up, throws him off, she's kissing him, and then she's giving him a cold shoulder and stuff, so it's, he can't really tell what's going on, and I love that, because, I mean, he's really being a baby now, I mean, he is 21, so it's sort of understandable he's acting his age. But I mean, come on. You came into the house, be focused. I think this is the problem with fake romance. The people in this house the people in the house this time, the hotshots, came into the house with the sole idea of getting into fake relationships, thinking it would advance them. But the thing is, they went about it too quickly. In 2 days, in 1 day, they were already talking about, oh, how they like that person, blah, blah, blah. Are you serious? In the real world, you don't do that. Make it more, I mean, it could be part of your game plan. Just try to make it a bit more realistic. Give it a few days to see who you think would fit into your plan. It was just, glitched on to Goite. And, Goite has a bit of a question mark with the rumors going on. But you know what? We don't really care about that, do we? So, anyways, Goite is not liking Idris very much in that way. But I kind of like the way they are. He's not all up in her space. She has space to be her, to interact with other people. I really like that. But it seems like he's becoming a JJ. Y'all know how JJ is. He came into the house as an emerald. He stalked Delish all through. And now he's come on here and he's trying to stalk Samantha. Like, JJ actually has nothing going on for him. JJ. He's so annoying. I know I talk about JJ all the time. I don't hate him, but he's just really annoying a lot of the time. So, I wouldn't want Idris to fall into that box of a JJ, because then he gets boring, and then, we don't want to see him, because Africa does not like pathetic, needy, desperate. No. We do not! Okay, so, Idris and Sheila, who are really good friends, getting to be friends, although I recall some days ago, Idris told her, you can never be like me and Esther. Whoa. That was mean. Sorry, that was Tayo. Tayo said to her she could never be like him and Esther. And, why you always put your titties in my face, Tayo. Okay, so, moving on. Tayo and Sheila are having this conversation, and apparently, Goite likes Frankie. I mean, who wouldn't? Dude is yummy. Come on. He's like African, dark, chocolates. What else would you want? Well, maybe not the pink shirts. But, Goite, apparently, according to Tayo, he was telling this to Sheila, likes Frankie. And he says Frankie's a bit of a slow coach. It might not be like Frankie's a slow coach. Isn't Frankie married? I mean, if he's married, then there's no point to, take up Goite's offer, get close to her in any way that might suggest otherwise, make uncomfortable for his family, and put Goite in a situation that, compromises her. Africa doesn't like cheats. I still do not understand how Richard from BB82 won, but Tatiana definitely didn't win. And, whether we like it or not, it didn't do her any favors all through her career in Africa. People just, looked at her funny. So, yeah. So Goite apparently likes Frankie, and someone else, I heard that, but someone else is implying that Goite actually likes Arthur. I think she might not exactly like Arthur in that way, but she and Arthur have a lot in common, with the dance, the creative dance and music and, stuff like that, interpreting, blah, blah, blah. That's a difficult word to pronounce, but, that kind of weird dance dramas they do. They have that in common because they both do that, so I think, that's probably a reason why they would get along really well. But, I mean, we don't know. So poor Idris. It's funny though, because Idris has become the butt of jokes for the housemates. Like, he's become sort of a loser, and he's losing himself. Louise, oh my J is Louise. Is Louise still in the house? Because Louise is so fake, it's ridiculous. Louise actually was telling someone, I can't remember who was telling in the house, that he wished he left instead of Mira. Like, dude, really? Get some Vaseline while we're at it. So that's what Louis says. He wishes he left rather than Mira, and he's saying he doesn't know what Mira did to deserve to go home. Like, dude, are you serious? You sent her home, you and Sheila, man. And it just shows that you shouldn't play games with people's emotions. When Louise came in, he had his eyes set on Lillian in 5 seconds. Trust Lillian, sharp chick, she wasn't buying it. And then immediately he switched his affections to Mira. And now he's done. Because everyone knows, he had a thing with Mira in the house. So right now he's done. He can't, go out there and try to look for a relationship with any other girl in the house. Except, of course, he's Angelo, who moved from Annabelle onto Maria, onto Beverly, I think. And flirted with Natasha as well. Yeah, Angelo definitely flirted with Natasha. I can remember that night. Natasha was wearing a jumpsuit, feeling all hot. And Angelo was just, being all playery, old and annoying. So yeah, so Louis is finished, because if the girls were his game plan, that's it. Same thing with Idris. Girls' game plan, he's done. If Goitse leaves him, he's done. And I don't see him and Goitse doing anything serious. Then Sheila. Sheila tried to play with Clankler, and it just led to that whole messy thing, which somehow I believe led to Mira being evicted. But hey ho, we love the drama, and that's it. So Samantha from South Africa is head of house this week. Congratulations to her. As head of house this week, one of her tasks is putting up an non-nominated housemate up for eviction, and she has done that. So we'll see how Samantha's reign goes. I like Samantha in a way, but she's a bit too serious. Like, she takes life too seriously. She needs to loosen up. Speaking of former head of house, some things are so funny. I don't know, I love BBA fans. BBA fans are wild. You guys, I love you. So basically, after, La Vida from Tanzania, after La Vida's, from Tanzania, after her head of house thing expired, well, Samantha became next head of house. And diary sessions yesterday. I'm trying to remember who put me to sleep. I think it was Prometheus. I was listening to Prometheus' diary session and then I slept. So Prometheus, I blame you for chatting too much and boring me and making me fall asleep. I basically fell asleep and missed the other sessions because he was so boring. Okay, so back to La Vida, and I've got a tweet which sums up everything I'm going to say. It's from Martin Wilshire, and he says, La Vida is out there talking like an African politician, how she handed power peacefully to Samantha. That is so funny. I think the BBA fans, you guys, man, you are amazing. You make the show. You decide who leaves, and you decide who stays. Oh well, we thought we did, until the blunder. We'll talk about the blunder when we come back from after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Big brother, big brother, big brother, big brother, big brother, big brother, hot shot. Big brother, hot shot. If you got the talent, this could be your time. So rise to the challenge like you destined to shine. It's Big Brother like you never seen it, feel it. Don't go in unless you go in it to win it. You'll need shades cause the spotlights are so bright. So when you reach that height, you will have to fight. All eyes on you, your name and lights. You want the fame, man, up like it's your right. Gotta get into action, swag out your passion. I like to live for, strive it up and you can cash in. Fame and fortune is all you got. When it's rise of the hot shots. Big Brother Hotshots. Start 7 September, exclusive to DSTV Premium, DSTV Compact Plus, DSTV Compact, and DSTV Mobile. Rated 18.
You're welcome back to BBA Daily with Zibby, the podcast. And of course, you're hanging out with your girl, ZIBBY, which is what I'll go by. So, we're back to talking about all the stuff that's been going on in Big Brother House over the last 24 hours. And something shocking happened yesterday. It was something that has never ever happened in the history of Big Brother. Africa, Australia, UK, Brazil, Netherlands, well, South Africa, Nigeria, Angola. Well, basically, I'm trying to say it's, stuff that's never happened anywhere else on earth. Basically, Big Brother made a blunder. That sort of rhymes. I should be a rapper. Probably get Maki too to write something about that, Big Brother made a blunder. Prometheus. Okay, I can't think of what rhymes with Prometheus apart from promiscuous and annoying. Anyways, so moving on. Big Brother made a huge blunder yesterday, and I've got 5 reasons later on in the show which I would list why I think this is not a blunder and it's a deliberate act. Okay, so we had housemates who had been nominated on Sunday. Tayo, JJ, they got the highest nominations. Frankie had 8, Tayo and JJ had 7, Prometheus had 6, Sabina had 4, Lillian and La Vida had 3, Arthur and Alusa had 2, Casey Moore and Goitse slipped under the radar. But seriously, who would nominate Casey Moore? You do the crime, man. So Casey Moore and Casey Moore and Goitse had no nominations. Everyone else had nominations, which I've just listed. So we figured it would be, probably Tayo, Frankie, JJ, and of course Prometheus, who would be up. But all of a sudden, Big Brother calls the nominees, and he puts up for nomination Frankie with 8, Tayo and JJ with 7, Sabina with 4, Lillian with 3. Lavida with 3, and Prometheus, who had 6 votes, is safe. Now, is Big Brother retarded or just a cheat? I go for a cheat because, they've always been rumors about dodgy things being done, but we all saw what happened on Sunday night. Big Brother clearly said to Alusa, you find the names of the losing team. And Alusa picked up the sheet and it was the name of the winning team. So that just goes to show it was mixed up. Thank you, Alusa, for shaming Big Brother. Now, we were ready to let that go because we did feel, a lot of us did think, Team B were the underdogs and deserved to win. They were more, Broadway and stuff. But you know what? We're letting that go because that vote was just, there was no way it could be verified. But anyways, how could Big Brother leave out Prometheus? I've sent like 20 tweets. I'm sure you sent probably like 20. A lot of people are sending tweets to Big Brother, to IK, and they're all ignoring us. Like, that is so annoying. Annoying thing is, okay, I'll talk about this later, but I don't understand how such a blunder could have happened. At first I thought it was a mistake, and then I realized after 20 minutes it wasn't a mistake. It's a deliberate act, and I do not understand what they are playing at. Because, it's bad enough you manipulate votes and make random people winners. Yes, I said it. But do not insult our intelligence by doing this to our faces. The only proof we have is that we watched those nominations. We saw the housemates nominate. So what the flip are you doing, Big Brother? Okay, so this just takes all credibility out of the show. I think it's a sham, and I've realized this season Big Brother's all about ripping people off. How do you put 25 people up for eviction at once? That doesn't even make any sense. The housemates are basically starving because they've got no food. People want to win, yeah, but you don't bring them to your house to come and kill them of hunger. Okay, so it's just so annoying, like, the whole conspiracy, it's getting so blatant, like, it's being thrown in our faces. It's so annoying. And I've got a tweet from Hulk Mandaza, who is, Mr. Lover from last season, Hakeem, aka Mr. Cleo, and he's tweeting and he says, didn't Biggie forget Prometheus on the nomination list? And Lady Tizo sent a tweet saying, maybe the real Biggie died in the house fire and the show is now run by his confused twin. L. Berry says, so true. Why will I vote when Biggie already knows who's going home on Sunday? Tommy, okay, that's not related to this. It's a funny tweet though. And I'm saying I'm not voting. I decided I was not going to vote. Biggie was not going to get my hard-earned money after putting 25 people up. It was, obvious what he was trying to do. And then all of a sudden, now we've got, the craziness going on. How on earth is Prometheus not up? You get 6 nominations and you're safe, but people that got 3 and 4 are put up. Like, that is stupid. And it's been over 12 hours. Big Brother has had enough time to correct this error, and he hasn't. So let's talk about my 5 reasons why I am certain this is not a blunder, but a deliberate act of cheating, aka fraud, or like we say, 419. Okay, so 5 reasons. Number 1, after the nomination sessions in which Prometheus' name was, excluded from the list mysteriously, he announced, Big Brother, of course, or the evil twin, like Lady Teaser said, the evil Dom twin. He announced hot water and continued with the diary sessions. So he was right there. It wasn't like whoever Big Brother's voice was left or anything. He was right there. He announced hot water, he was conscious, and he was of sound mind. Second, the Big Brother handle tweeted right after that, probably about an hour, maybe an hour 30 minutes later, at which time obviously they had been flooded with tweets and complaints, Facebook and everything, and they tweeted saying, oh, the housemates are talking about eviction, blah blah blah. The housemates react to previous day's eviction. Like, are you being serious? Okay, so you guys, I'm urging you, please keep tweeting at Big Bro Africa, and tweet IK as well. His handle is at IK_Osakiodua, which is OSAKIODUWA. So tweet at Big Bro Africa, tweet at IK Osakiodua, tweet at DSTV in your countries. We need justice. We've had enough of this. Yeah, you might be from Namibia and you're laughing now and you're happy because Prometheus isn't up. But guess what? It's going to turn around him to bite him in the ass. Because the next time Prometheus is up, Africa is voting him out. He's going home. Doesn't matter if he's up against Trezeguet or he's up against Sipe or whoever. he is going home because we do not like to be taken for fools. And then the third reason to vote, the third reason, I'm sorry, that was a different list I was going to say. The third reason I believe this was deliberate is the messages on the strap are being censored and recycled. They're now censoring. At first they were using, tweets from days ago. Because obviously a lot of people are tweeting with a hashtag and tweeting a big bro complaining about Prometheus, aka the chosen one. So they've decided to recycle it, use older ones, and right now the tweets are being censored, so there's nothing about Prometheus missing from the list. So this just goes to show they know what they're doing. Why not just call the housemates together? This is what he should have done like 10 minutes after. Call the housemates together, announce that, there's been a slight mix-up, and call the people who are up for eviction. Include Prometheus' name on there. Okay, so, and it will save everyone the trouble. Number 4, the article on the news on the website, about the news, it doesn't list Lillian as a nominee. So, everyone else apart from Lillian and Prometheus are listed as nominees on that article talking about who's up for nomination. I think Big Brother is trying to confuse people, make it look like, oh, these are errors, let's balance out the errors. When just coming out in the open, if this was truly an error, 5 seconds after it happened, would have, just made the difference. But no, they're trying to confuse us, putting out fake news, blah blah blah. Voting lines were not open up till the time I went to bed yesterday, which is about 11. I actually got tired of Big Brother at about 10 and switched channels. I was still checking in randomly to see if they had made the announcement, following on Twitter, Facebook, but nothing had come up. So they're trying to confuse us by putting out conflicting information. And 5, well, voting lines are now open. I've seen the website, you can vote. Everyone's name is on there, including Ella. Yes, Ella is who Samantha put up. Ella's name has been updated. Ella is listed as a nominee, but Prometheus is still not listed as a nominee. Okay, so guys, I'm urging you to please do not vote, because they're ignoring us. The plans this season are just shady. Everything is dodgy. Like, whoever is in charge right now has to be a criminal. I'm sorry, because this is like proper criminal acts being thrown in our faces. Like, they're doing what they want and then they're trying to take our money for it. I'm not going to give these people a dime. A kobo in my country, we use naira and kobo. I'm not giving these people 1 kobo of my hard-earned money. I'm not doing that. And I hope you guys don't do so as well. If you've got the extra money you think about voting, please donate that money to a charity near you, or use it to get a gift for someone. Just save it and pay someone's fees or something. Just do something reasonable with the money, because Big Brother Africa, Endemol, whoever, DSTV, they do not deserve a dime of our money, because they are taking advantage of us and making us think we're fools, which we certainly are not. So I'd advise you don't spend your money. If you've got the time, maybe you can throw in a few WeChat votes. That doesn't count for anything. I promise it doesn't. And it's not taking away your money. You know what? Time is money, man. Don't even waste your time. Don't. Until they apologize and rectify the situation. And yeah, for all those who heard me or who follow me on Twitter, I've decided Prometheus is going to be called the Chosen One. Yes, Prometheus is the Chosen One indeed. So, housemates up include Tayo, Frankie, JJ, and does anyone think JJ is really stupid? Because, when it's like, oh, Samantha is head of house, starts talking about how South Africa and Zimbabwe are neighbors. Like, that is so stupid. I mean, this is 2014. We're sick and tired of the whole regional voting thing. It doesn't make any sense. It creates division. And if JJ is being divisive, you'll need to vote his short self out of the house. He's not going this week though, because he'll definitely get Zimbabwe's vote, but I hope he leaves in the weeks to come. Maybe takes Prometheus along with him. So that is it on the nominations. I mean, how do you add Ella to the list and then you don't add Prometheus? You remember to include Ella, but you didn't remember to include Prometheus. So it just shows like this is a whole sham, and Big Brother has lost credibility with me and lots of Africans, and they will not be having any part of my hard-earned money. Heck no. I've got better things to do with money. Okay, so what do you think about Ella though? Ella strikes me as a bit stuck up. I don't know if it's the beauty queen thing, but Motanma was a beauty queen, Koketsa was a beauty queen, and they were cool. I really like Motanma. She was a bit not there. Well, Ella is just, I don't know, I'm not warming up to Ella, and I don't know who I want to leave. to be honest. But I want Frankie to stay. I want Tyre to stay. I want Lillian to stay. Who else? I want Esther to stay. I don't think I want JJ to stay. I certainly do not want JJ to stay, though he will. I would have been really glad if JJ and Prometheus could leave as well. But seeing as Prometheus is the chosen one, I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. I really want La Vida to stay as well. I think she's got a lot to offer. Not with the sax though. No, she needs more lessons with that. But I like La Vida. So yeah, hopefully she stays. I just hope JJ and Prometheus can go home. But seeing as how JJ will definitely get the Zimbabwean vote, and Prometheus is the chosen one that isn't even up for nomination eviction, so that might be a bit difficult. And with Ella could have a right to stay, but I have a problem with Ella asking for a sewing machine. You know, during the first task, Ella actually said to some housemate to tell Big Brother that she needed a sewing machine. I think for that reason Ella needs to go home so she can buy a sewing machine, maybe a singer or a butterfly, and then sew all she wants to her heart's content. You're in Big Brother's house, love. You're not your father's house. How are you gonna ask for a sewing machine? Next thing you know, they'll ask for a washing machine. Oh wait, I can remember a housemate at some point asked for a washing machine. I can't remember what housemate it was. Some seasons ago, was it Luclay? I don't know, but if you can think of who asked for a sewing machine, please let me know, because that is so funny. I can't believe that. But anyways, I've got another funny tweet. You know, I just love the fans on Twitter. You guys are great. And, you know, including the ones who send me hate messages for being honest. You know, I love you all still. Okay, so this tweet is from Tommy_67, and he says, Frankie might end up with a broken spine for carrying Man B. That is funny. Man B is a big girl. She's lovely though. And I didn't know this, but apparently Jesus and God have Twitter. And this is from someone I love to read her tweets, Comfort Abua. She says, Samuel Tyre, please. That's for, you know, the win for head of house. And she tweeted, Samuel Tyre, please, at Jesus at God. That was so cool. Wouldn't it be lovely if you could tweet Jesus or God? I mean, geez, their handles, their timelines would be crazy because everyone would be tweeting them every second. Wow. Okay. So, that is it for this episode of BBA Daily, the podcast. I'll take a bow now. Now sign out and let's see what Big Brother has to offer. Will Big Brother correct his blunder? Or would he just let us know he's a cheat? Either ways, I advise you do not spend your money on voting until we get the truth. Like the X-Files say, the truth is out there. Have a lovely day, guys. I'm off to start my day now. Good morning, Africa. Bye-bye.